guys, Darren here. Thanks for joining the Stock Option Market Weekly Update for the week of August 26th, 2024. Today we're going to talk about where we are in the market, the S&P 500 year to date, how we performed last week, the different sectors, what it looks like going forward, interest rates. We had Jerome Powell talk Friday at Jackson Hole and basically said, hey, there's going to be interest rates coming, but he didn't say how much. So what's nice is we're going to jump into the live trades on the option trading platform, and I'm confident that whether we are in a recession or entering a recession, or whether we're going to take off with these interest rate cuts, I think we're going to be poised to profit going forward. Be sure and hit the like and subscribe button down below. Let's get the video out to as many people as possible. Also, download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks alone outright. There's also a paid course if you want to dig into the options a little bit deeper. Use the link below and open an account with Mumu. You can get 8.1% on uninvested cash and up to 15 free stocks. You also get the free charting software that's great, and I use it every day. It's a zero commission online platform brokerage. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. All right, guys, we started the week in the S&P 500 at 55.54, and we ended up at 56.34, so up about 1.5%, 1.45% last week. And then if we look at year to date, we are, year to date, we are up quite a bit as well. If we start back here, 2024, we started the year at 47.43, and again, now we're up at 56.34, so we're up about 18% year to date. And our forward PE now is well above 20, and the 10-year average is 17.8, so a little bit overpriced right now. However, a lot of the tech stocks are down right now, so I think there's some good buys out there. If we look at this week's major economic news coming out, it's not until Thursday when we've got jobless claims. Now, again, the jobless numbers, they just revised, and they're off by like 800,000 jobs. So don't really understand how that could happen, and it could be that far off. But, the fear is the unemployment rate ticking up, and then Powell, in turn, not cutting rates as much or as fast as we need to. But he did pretty much at Jackson Hole Friday talk about a cut, so there's pretty much one priced in, at least a quarter point, which is what I think it will be for September. And then Friday we've got PCE coming out, and if we talk about those interest rates, you look again, September, we're looking at a 76% chance of a quarter point interest rate cut down to 5 to 5.25, and then again another 52% chance for another quarter point in November, and then just continuing to move down through the end of the year and into next year, where we get down to that 4% rate, and then even 3.25 to 4% federal funds rate looking like for March. So we'll see if that happens and if we can move that far that fast. We're right now, the fear and greed index is about 53, so it did tick up. We were in the 20s last week, so the fact that the market did move up, people are getting a little greedy out there. And if we look at the different sectors and how they performed on the 5-day, everything was up last week. Real estate was up 3% with those interest rate cuts coming. Consumer discretionary as well. Everything else was pretty much in the 1% range. But again, you look year to date, everything's up. Technology 16%, utilities 19%, and utilities was down last year. Financials 18%, so they had a jump in the last couple of weeks. Consumer staples and then communication services. So with that, let's jump into the trades that we have on the this is the Tastytrade platform. I use both Mumu and Tastytrade, so there's links down below, but I like them both. We'll start off with AMD, and AMD right now is trading at 154.98, basically 155. If you look at year to date, we've got kind of a flag pattern, and we've got so we've got the actually the tools that I'm using, the green, so the white lines are the Bollinger Bands, and then I've got some support and resistance lines that I've added in there, and then the indicators, I've got I'm using the move-in average for 2 lines, and I'm using the 50 and the 13. So the 13 is the green and the 50 is the red. So uh, right now the 13 is below the 50, but it looks like it's on its way moving up. As soon as it passes the 50, I think this can go much higher. AMD, my target is much higher than the 154. You look right here at the 187 target that Tasty Trade has, and they pretty much follow. Yahoo Finance has the same thing. But you can see the number of analysts that have, everybody's got it a buy or a hold. And target price of 187, it's at 155. So um, I'm well above it in my Iron Condor. I threw on a $5 wide call spread, and then I've got a $15 wide put spread. So it's a broken wing um, butterfly. And you can see we're right in the middle in the profit range. And we stand to make $410 there if it expires in the next 27 days. Actually, we've got 160 already made, and then we've got 250 left in external to make in the AMD. And I'm confident it's going to stay in that range. If it moves down, you know what? I roll out to next month. So once we get in that 2 to 3 week range, so under 21 days, so the end of next week, I'll most definitely stay in this AMD in September and not roll out to October for a couple of weeks. So I've got a couple of weeks left. Amazon 177. It moved down. So, and these guys are the behemoth. Um, Amazon's going to do well going forward. My target for Amazon's 225. These guys have it, yeah, 223. Everybody's got it a buy. We're anywhere above this 170, we make profit. We've got 144 left to make on this put spread. So it's a $10 wide put spread that we've got on in Amazon. Any move down, I'll add more to it. Avago, which is Broadcom, same situation. Put spread 155, 150, just real small put spread, and same situation. It's a tech flag pattern. I think it can break out, but I'm not going to short Broadcom because it's got a 180 target and everybody's got it a buy. It's an AI hero and should do well. Coin, I'm trading both sides of that. However, it did move down, and then I threw on another put spread. So I'm 3 contracts on the 170, 180 put spread and 2 on the 250, 260 call spread. But we're right in the middle there in the profit zone. And target, they have 266. That's about where I have it as well. We've got one analyst that has as a sell, but again, this is trading in a range, and this is actually 250 and 180. There's support and resistance. We're right in the middle, and those are actually the short strikes for my spreads. If you look at it, 250 and 180. So I love this trade. We've got $731 in extrinsic to make in the next 27 days. So if you don't have that one on, IVR is high at 30. I think it's pretty safe going forward. DraftKings, Leaps option, a 30 deep in the money call. It's done really well for us. And $36 price, 19 IVR in DraftKings. I think online gambling, the states need the tax money. It's going to continue to do well. Last time they beat earnings, but they missed on revenue. No earnings coming up real recently, but it did have a move up to 36 recently from down here at 29. So I'm just kind of hanging on to my 33 calls, see if it does drop, if there is a drop in the market next week. But otherwise, it continues. We continue to make money on the call. So we collect premium selling against the Leaps option. And as the Leaps moves up, we make money on that. So it's trading both sides. We've made $128 in the last 30 days and almost three grand in the last year, 29.58. Just trading a Leaps option and the call against it. So I've got a video coming out. I'm actually going to keep your eye out for it, but I'm going to shoot it right after this one. And it's basically a Leaps option as well and selling the call against it. Gold is another one, high IV 70, 232. It's been trading in a range, but it broke out above it. So that's what's kind of hurt me on it. But again, I'm trading both sides. I'm profitable at 230. I needed to come down a little. It was up. I was in the profit zone until Friday, and then it moved up out of it. But anywhere in this profit zone, I'm profitable. We've got lots of extrinsic left, 325. I've got several tranches on of puts and calls in gold, but I'm pretty neutral in gold. IWM, which is the Russell, I had puts on, but they a put spread, but I had an iron condor, but it moved up and I sold the puts, took the profit. It's at the top end of the range. You can see the range going up, and then you can see some support and then some resistance. Actually, that resistance has got to move. It's a little bit higher. It's at 225 now, but we're back down to 220. That's actually my short strike. So just need it to stay below that. I've got to have some short plays on. So, those recession fears and the jobs numbers. I'm going to leave this one short for right now. Any big down day, I may add the other side, the call or the put side, the put spread. But you can see we were up 3% on Friday alone. So that moved us up to the top end of the range. Micron. So this is one where I've got a leaps option, an 80, and then a call that I sold against at the 125. And then we've got two put spreads, the 90-80 and the 195 in Micron. And Micron is my darling. This is the one that I think is the best on the board right now. I think so. And I'm going to be doing a video on it. So keep your eyes out for that. But we can basically own 100 shares or control 100 shares of this $102 stock. Normally that would be 10,285 because there's 100 shares. So you multiply it 102 times 100 and you get $10,285. But we're going to be able to put that trade on for less than half that and then collect monthly premium month after month. So that's the whole poor man's covered call leaps option trade that I do in Micron. And just in the last 30 days, last 30 days, we've made $535 doing this. So it's done really well for us. And Micron, again, it's got that flag pattern, but I don't think it's going to go much lower than this. It's an AI stock, and memory and storage there's a huge need for it going forward. And they've got some great chips that are coming out that are selling like crazy. They're sold out all through next year. So Micron is going to do really well going forward. Everybody's got to buy 161 and we're at 100. That's a huge upside. So I don't think there's a lot of risk to the downside. And I'm just going long in Micron. So again, keep your eyes out for the video. Netflix trading both sides, 660 to 700. We're kind of in the middle of the range there on that. So if we look at our profit zone, we're right there in good shape. It's been trading in that range. I like this trade. We've continued to do well in Netflix. Just in the last 30 days, we've made $302. So this one just kind of prints money for us, and I'm going to stay neutral in Netflix. We do have earnings coming up on October 16th, but we're still in September, so we're well before earnings. So I don't expect any big moves, and I've got $1,000 in extrinsic in the next 27 days that's going to come in, and we're going to collect that. I may let this one go all the way. We'll see. Oxy. So this is a Warren Buffett stock, and he just bought a lot of it recently. He had a lot, but look at, he's a value stock buyer. So it's at its lows. It's going to do well going forward. Again, Buffett just bought it. So we're going to make money. I bought a Leaps option, so a 510 days out. So Leaps is long-term equity anticipation security. So it's anything over a year, and it's a deep in the money call. So it replicates owning the stock, and you can see as the stock moves up, we make money. So 50, if it moves up to 80, we make $1,755 there. If you see up there at the P&L at expiration, 1,710. 85, we make 2270. So as the stock moves up, we continue to make money. And look where it was. It was just recently at 70 in April. So Oxy is going to do well going forward. And like I said, it's one of Warren Buffett's stocks, and Berkshire Hathaway. You've seen how that has done over the years. Palantir is another one. 29 call sold against the 20 leaps over a year out, 510 days. Same situation with the leaps. And selling the call against it. I love this strategy for this market. And just in the last 30 days, we've made 117 last year in this at 1271. So Palantir's done well for us. We'll continue to hold on to this and stay along with the leaps. SoFi came back a little bit last week. It's at 7.5. Again, it's early in the game for SoFi, so I'm definitely long. I think they're the best play for the fintechs going forward. It's just a matter of time until it moves up, and they beat earnings every time. So I'm going to stay along with my leaps. SOXL is the semiconductor 3 times bull, but I saw that the IVR was high, 63, so I'm trading both sides, and I've just got an iron condor on, and it seems to stay in that range, and we're right in the middle. If you look, the between 51 and 31, we're in that range. A lot of this over this year has been in that range. I'm going to stick in this range. I think, with the situation right now with the semiconductors, and the recession potential, and then the interest rate cuts coming, I think it's just going to stay in that range. So I'm staying with the iron condor. We've got 130 left in this. It's only a $5 wide, so I'm small in this one. TMF is the long-term bonds, 20-year plus. It's 3 times leveraged, so it's at lows, moved up a little bit. So as those interest rate cuts come, the bond prices will move up, and this will do well. So I've got a leaps, the 57 call option, 510 days out in TMF, and we know those interest rates are coming all through next year. So I think this one's going to continue to do well. If it's at 57 right now, if it gets back up to this 67, actually get up to 80, we make $785. So we do need it to move up quite a bit, but I'd like TMF. Tesla, 205, 195 put spread. I'm long Tesla. 220 is the current price, and a 24 IV. My target for Tesla is much higher than that. It's like over 300. Let's see what these guys, if they've got it. 182. So they've got it below where it's at. I don't think so. I think Tesla's, I never doubt Elon, but it moves a lot. So you can see we were up at 270 and we were down at 140, but we're at 220 right now. I'm long Tesla right now at 205. I'm happy with that position. Ulta, actually, this is another one that Berkshire just bought, Warren Buffett. So again, he's a value investor. So you look at the big drop. It was way too big a drop for their earnings. They beat earnings, but they came out and guided lower with thinking that the consumer is going to slow down. But girls are not, ladies, ask your wife, ask your girlfriend, but they're not going to give up makeup, even if there is a recession. So I think Ulta is pretty recession proof. And I like Ulta going long, and I've got 2 put spreads in Ulta. We've got $490, almost $500 in extrinsic just to collect this month, and we're in the profit zone at 378 right now. We just needed to stay above this 355, so it can even move down and we still make max profit and collect that $500. Last one we have is ExxonMobil, and this one's just been printing money for us. It's trading in that zone. It stays in this 113 to 120, and we're right in the middle of that green profit zone right there. So I like ExxonMobil moving forward, and it has done well. Just in the last 30 days, you can see we've made $311. All right, guys, I put a link down below for the free options workshop. Be sure and grab that. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Join Mumu. Get your 15 free stocks. Leave a comment. Ask a question. I answer everyone. Let me know what you're trading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.